What up, though? Good morning. We are going live on day 8 of 30-day lives. Doing it early today because I have a lot to do, but I have to stick to my word. So today we're talking about overthinking again and actually taking action. My number one recommendation for overthinking is usually always going to be taking action, but I'm going to break it down for you in a couple minutes. So when someone's overthinking, including myself, what you're usually doing is you're delaying taking some form of action. And the reason for that is usually because A, you might want more information, B, you might feel that you might mess something up, or C, you might just be really afraid of actually making a step. So the first thing I would say for anybody who overthinks a lot, stop it. Okay, that sounds like so profound, but it's not. The first thing I would say is think about challenging your negative thoughts. Usually you're overthinking what someone is going to say about whatever you're doing. Let's say for fitness, someone could be saying you're doing too much. Let's say if it's content, you're not putting enough out, this wasn't good enough. You're really just like caught up into what somebody else is going to say versus what you want to do. The negative thoughts to challenge also are your own negative thoughts that might make you feel you're not good enough to make this decision. You're not smart enough to do whatever you're trying to do. You don't have what it takes, right? Something that I used to battle with a lot when it came to coaching and podcasting or anything that I did was you're not good enough. So battling that was something that I had to I have to keep attacking that. When you overthink, it usually looks like a really decorated excuse. So when someone's procrastinating or someone has a lot of trouble of following through, they're usually overthinking, overanalyzing, getting caught up in their head, or you'll hear people say all the time, I'm in my head again, right? So you want to challenge those negative thoughts. And a way that I challenge negative thoughts that I'll give you guys is literally combat that with a positive thought. Whenever my brain tells me before I do something new or something that is challenging for me, my brain usually says at first, you're not good enough. And I usually challenge that thought with, well, I'm going to work hard to be better at this. And immediately I'm in a place now where I can control my thoughts and I actually can stop overthinking and take action. So whenever you see me take action on things, it's usually because I'm battling overthinking and I don't want it to win. So the first thing you should be doing, if you overthink a lot, consider tackling those negative thoughts. Consider challenging those negative thoughts. Where are the negative thoughts coming from? Usually negative thoughts come from something somebody told us. Usually if you have this love-hate with your body, somebody has said something to you about your body and now you're overthinking, should I wear this? Should I show this? Should I take this picture? Should I take this video? All of that will stop you. So if you're overthinking, that's the first thing that I'm advising or giving you a tip to do. Challenge your own negative thoughts. Number 2, I'm going to say limit decisions. When something that's called decision fatigue, where you have 80,000 decisions to make, I always suggest let's bring it down to maybe 2 to 3 decisions, and then let's put a time limit on when we're going to make that decision. The reason why I say that is because if you have too much choices to make or too much decisions to make, of course you're going to overthink. You're going to be thinking about taking the trash out, bringing the kids to school, writing this proposal. You're going to be thinking about so many things. I always say, if you're always overwhelmed, you have too much on your plate that's not supposed to be there. Your life should not always be overwhelmed. Yes, there are times where you're gonna feel like have a lot on your plate, but it shouldn't always be that way. And if it is, you might have to start delegating or just literally stopping certain things, telling yourself no. So you want to limit the decisions you have to make. A good way to do that is at the beginning of the week, you can write down everything that has to be done. You can write down a second sheet, what are the things that only you can do? And then you can write down a different sheet, what are the things that has to be done? And if they're not done, life is going to be bad for me. And you'll realize like you're probably thinking about 20 decisions and only needing to make about like three of them. Happens all the time. The last one I would say is, I would say honestly, like, go work out. And the reason why I say that is because sometimes physical activity will allow you to like reduce some stress. It would allow you to actually change your mood, and like even a long walk will allow you to realize you're just in your head about these certain things that probably won't matter 5 months from now. That probably won't matter 5 hours from now. I kind of wish social media was a place where we showed people like our losses and victories versus only painting things that we've overcome, only painting the picture that we have been like this superstar forever. That's not true. We all battle with things. We all have lost. We all are gonna lose. And I think if we shared that more, it would kind of decrease some overthinking of some sort. So to recap, the first thing I would say is if you're battling with overthinking, you wanna consider challenging your negative thoughts. What are the negative thoughts I always had? Something that I used to teach before with content was I would always see people who are afraid to post. And I would say, what's the worst that can happen? Are you going to die if the post is wrong? Are you going to die if there's a spelling error in the post? They're usually so concerned about what somebody else is going to say or what they feel is not good enough. So, number one is challenge your negative thoughts. Number two is limit decision fatigue. Put a limit on how many decisions you have to make per day. Put a limit on it, and you'll realize a lot of this stuff I'm coming up with in my own head. It's not even anybody else. It's just me. And then number three, and include some physical activity in your day. It's super important, right? If it's not lifting weights or jujitsu, whatever, include some form of physical activity in your day because you don't realize how stressed we usually are. You don't realize how much we are carrying and we never get a chance to release that. So always going to say go to the physical route and take action, take more action. I've never taken action and been like, man, I suck at life for taking action. It's like if the action was wrong, I learned something from that. If it was right, I learned something from that. So taking more action is always a plus. So I'm going to give you a challenge for today. What is the number one thing that you're overthinking right now? I want you to decide that you're going to take action within the next 12 hours on that thing. Action can be small, it can be big, whatever you need it to be, whatever you would like it to be. But I want you to take action on that thing that you're overthinking in the next 12 hours, right? In the next 12 hours, I want you to take action on whatever it is that you're overthinking. Maybe it's trying a new class, maybe it's sending that text, maybe it's completing something, maybe it's telling somebody something. Within the next 12 hours, I want you to take action on whatever you're overthinking. And the reason for that is the more you overthink, the more you get nothing done, right? I tell people, if you compete against somebody in anything, in a sport or in business, the person who takes more action probably will be the person who actually comes out on top, right? We usually don't take action because we're concerned about what somebody else is going to say. And we decorate that in all these other fancy terminologies and fancy like ornaments, right? No, you're not taking action because you're afraid of what somebody's going to say, but they're probably saying it anyway. And they're probably not even thinking about you at all. So, challenge for you today, within the next 12 hours, I want you to take an action on whatever it is that you're overthinking. If you're going to do that, drop an emoji, drop a chat, let me know in the DM that you're going to take action on something that you are overthinking. The world belongs to action takers, and those who do not take action will be ruled by those who do. Before I get out of here, want to shout out that we have a challenge. It's actually a program starting Monday, October the 14th, called 75 Hard the Conquer Way. 75 days where you're held accountable to work out, to get your mind right, get your body right. Now, most of us know we've completely slacked this whole year when it comes to fitness. You probably worked out once a week. we want to ramp that up to 75 days in a row. I'm going to give you a plan. I'm going to be holding you accountable. We're going to do some team huddles virtually so that you can get motivated, inspired. And tomorrow's actually the last day for the pre-sale. The pre-sale is only $75. After that, it goes to $150. If you know for a fact you have not been working out, you are not looking your best, the gut is spilling over, you need to get your mind right, join the challenge, drewcost.com, or just DM me. I'll send you the link. We have people already signed up. This is going to be a game changer because it ends 3 days before the new year. So you can beat the new year crowd. And if you're overthinking that, just go sign up today. You deserve to look and feel good. I'm out of here, guys. Be great.